How's everyone doing? Good. This is still very much the morning for a musician, so bear with me. So my name is Shad. I'm a rapper. I've made 3 albums. As Jackson said, the last one accidentally won a Juno Award. And I work in the music industry, which is a really bad idea. I recognize that. The last few years, I've also been working on an MA in Liberal Studies that I recently finished. So career as a rapper, non-specific liberal arts degree, two really bad career decisions. Simultaneously, you guys might be wondering if I even have parents or friends that care. But I'm here, and I'm happy to be here to talk a little about my story, talk about the music industry, my experiences in the music industry, and readiness. So the music industry is hard to be prepared for. As you know, there's been a lot of changes. Just to illustrate, in my own story, I made my first CD in 2005. If you guys can remember 2005. Doesn't seem like that long ago, but at that time, making a CD was a big deal. It was a thing people bought, for one thing. It was a thing that not every third person you know had made, for another thing. So that was significant at that time. It allowed me to sort of take steps in my career. Now CDs aren't so much of a thing. If any of you guys have kids, they probably have no idea what it is or how it works. Facebook was not a thing, really. I think just campuses were using it. It wasn't open to the public in 2005. So I know you're all wondering, what did we even do back then? So that wasn't a thing. YouTube, which is another major marketing tool for music, did not exist in 2005. Twitter did not exist in 2005. Tastemaker blogs weren't as much of a thing as they are now. So that's just 6 years, and the entire landscape of how music is promoted, how it's created has all shifted. So how do you prepare for that? For me, it's been less about trying to anticipate trends and what's the next thing and how I can sort of market myself creatively, and it's been more about being grounded. So sort of foundationally thinking about what I'm doing and why, which is why I called my talk Bearings, which is a pretty vague title. I apologize for that. I'm not great at titling things. My last album was called TSOL, which gave my publicist in the States a lot of trouble because what does that even mean? I don't even know what it means. But I called it Bearings because what's been important for me is being oriented in such a disorienting and distracting world. It's been really important for me to sort of know where I come from and think about where I'm at and think about where I want to go. So I'm going to talk about those 3 things in turn in relation to my own story. So where I come from, I grew up in London, Ontario. As Jackson said, my family is from Rwanda originally. So we moved to London when I was a year old. And everything I know about hard work I learned from my parents, who came here and they worked hard. My dad worked in the plant in freezing cold London, Ontario with no extended family around. And that was actually preferable to what was back home. So I know a little bit through them about the kind of struggles people go through in the world. I know about hard work. And remembering those things makes me want to honor those in my work. And that sort of grounds me and orients me in my work as far as what I want to be doing, or at least how I want to go about it. Another place that I come from in terms of my work is I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of music first. I love music. I used to think everybody loved music, like everyone loves their mother, like everyone loves banana bread. But for me, it was like a unique thing. You know, I used to get up early in the morning on Saturdays and put on my suit and watch music videos and sing along and dance around. And I realized that's not a thing that everybody used to do. It's not a thing that everybody does now, like I still do. But yeah, I mean, that's how much I love music. I love great music. I even like a lot of bad music. And I always try to, stay a fan first. That sort of, that grounds me as well. It makes me want to protect that love for what I do because I want to be able to share my joy and my passion when I'm on stage or when I'm recording music. That's really important to me. As far as where I'm at and sort of discerning that and considering that, that's largely a mystical, spiritual thing for me. So if anybody here has weirdo spiritual things that you do, I have way more. So don't, to me, that's not something to feel strange about. I've started to feel more comfortable about the fact that some of those spiritual religious practices are a part of my life because ultimately I intend to be more present and aware through them. I intend to be more compassionate and see the world through a more compassionate lens as opposed to through my own pride, my own fear. So that's how I sort of look at where I'm at. And that's the thing that I'm always trying to consider because it helps me just be present and be aware and see past the day-to-day struggle to just get things done and actually see myself and see my world clearly. So that's another thing that I think about a lot that helps me kind of stay grounded and oriented. And lastly, I try to think a little bit about where I want to go with my career, with my life. And when that gets too complicated, I just think about who I want to be, because sometimes determining those goals for me is kind of hard, and it's easier for me to think about just the kind of person that I want to be. And that helps me order my steps a little bit too. So for that, that process started with figuring out what I don't want to do or who I don't want to be. I studied business in my undergrad and figured out that's not what I want to do, at least not right now. And that was really important because that helped me work in music and be comfortable and convinced of that decision and sort of not be coming from a place of regret or a place of worrying about this or the other thing. So those are the three things that I try to think about and three things I wanted to share with you guys about kind of what helps me move forward in my career. Thinking about where I come from makes me very grateful. Thinking about where I'm going is inspiring for me, and considering where I'm at helps me know just what step to take next. So thank you guys very much for your time.